Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be about some things that we need to do. We need to say to Evony about this barbarian event coming up. And just also some things about, are you going to get points from this one? Are you not going to get points from this one? Is this one worth hitting? Is this one not worth hitting? So I'm going to dive into that a little bit. We will see you guys in the video. Like I said, thanks for the support, guys. Hannibal, you got it from here, brother. All right, guys, so let's dive into this a little bit. First of all, I'm going to start it out with, I'm going to immediately jump into a clip that I filmed when we were actually doing the deed, when we were actually hitting the boss, and I kind of broke down like the max points and then the minimum points and people that get it. Anyways, I'll jump into that clip right now. I'll see you guys in a second. All right, what's up, guys? So I'm just going to break this down a little bit. This is what we got going on. My mic might be in bad placement. It might be bad sound, but it's just a cut. Me and my lines are in here. So we just took down this level 6. It's a 800 million one. The big thing that a lot of my players aren't really big enough, right? But you have a minimum requirement of points right here. It's 110, right? And a maximum of 330. So there's no point in sending more than 330 because you're going to be taking points away from people. And so we will look at this. So we got people in there with under 100 million. They're not getting any points. They're not getting any points. What I did is I put a senior buff on and sent all T14s in there, try to get as many points as I could. These guys aren't getting as many points as me. I'm getting like 5K a second. So it's kind of just some info on how you do that once you take it down. This is going to break it down. If you guys go over this, you're taking points away from other players. And then you're not getting any points unless you send 110.2 million. And it varies per heap. Like, it's different every time. So, all right, guys, welcome back from that clip. Obviously, you can see I changed. Let me zip this up. Not trying to track too many ladies in. The wife will get mad at me probably. So yeah, I kind of talked about earlier or in that clip that there's a plus or there's a maximum capacity of points and a minimum capacity of points, basically, right? So let's jump into this. So this is the day one when we made this, when I made my first video, right? This is right when it first came out. So I'm not even gonna do the math on that. That's probably like 2%, 3%. Let's just do it anyway. So we got 58.767 divided by 2.92898, right? Yeah, it's about 3%, right? It's kind of, so anyways, so this is why it was so unbalanced day one, right? This is technically a PvE match, and you're supposed to have, depending on your buffs, a 5 to 10% incapacitation rate, right? That's what you have for monsters, so if you have this mortality on. So right now, if you're doing that, let me do this. So right now, if you guys are hitting bosses or hitting these barbarian things, you should have this mortality rate just to drop that 10% down to 5%. So with me saying this, right, what I recommend everybody, and this is what I'm doing, is this is why Evony changed everything, and this is why they gave us like that 1 day speed up and like a million resources or whatever, because they know they messed up, right? They went to a complete like PvE setup. This is something you would see at a PvE setup. This 3%, right, of troops death to survival rate, right, or wounded to survival rate, what have you. So that's a PvE setup. So I guess my initial date, I was right. I was thinking of it more of as a PvE setup too, and they even had it set up as a PvE. So why I recommend, and I'm going to be doing this too, why I recommend emailing them and getting your resources back is because they clearly messed up. There's clearly supposed to be a 5 to 10% incapacitation rate until you lose, right? So let's jump into this now. This is one that I lost on, right? So I'm going to bring this up. Let me hide this over here because it's going to kick it down. Let me bring it down here. So let's see if this incapacitation rate, remember I didn't have that buff on, so it should be 10%, right? So what do we have? 22,460 divided by 2284000, right? So there's our 10 10% incapacitation rate, right? So this is why Evony messed up severely, and this is why I recommend everybody to get onto your help chat and tell them that they should be refunding us all this, because they messed up big time. Like, this is what it should have looked like day one, right? 10% incapacitation rate, not PvE 3%, whatever your survival to death ratio is in your keep, right? It varies based on skills and things like that, right? So this is what it should have been, and obviously what you saw before is what it was. So that little like thing that they gave out, like, hey, here you go, here's a little cookie. What they used that at, and I'm kind of knocking Envy right now because I think it's a shady move. They put that out because I got an email response saying check your email in game. That's basically what you get. And I'm like, man, that's shady. They just basically sent like a global mail and gave everybody whatever. It's just so that way they could have a copy and paste response. Anyways, that's not the main intent to the video, but I do encourage you guys to do that. So my main intent of this video is when you guys are looking at these, this is the main reason why I lost this one, right? This is a, almost a 500 million one. If you guys see these 900% ones, just, and if you're, I mean, yes, okay, if you're a 5 billion power player, send it, bro. Do what you got to do. All right, cool. Good on you, brother. I'm talking about guys mainly in Continent 4, maybe some non-coiners in Continent 3, whatever. I'm just talking like guys like my size and below, or people that don't want to lose their shirts when they're hitting, right? So just don't engage these 900% ones. It's a lot better now, mainly because they brought in that incapacitation rate back, which they should have had since day one. But stay away from these 900s, guys. Stay away from the 900s. That's going to help you out a little bit. So that's, I'm pretty sure that's, they made them a lot easier. I don't know why I keep showing that, dude. But they made it a lot easier. I'm barely losing anything. This is tiny, so it's not really a comparison. But anyways, mainly look for the buffs. Look for the buffs. If the buffs are weak compared to your buffs, hit it. If the buffs are high, I don't know all the buffs, right? Like I said, I've been crazy busy with work and stuff like that. But I'm just hopping on here and giving you guys as much information as I can. Just what I know is what I want you guys to know. Okay, so that's a couple little things. There's a cap on that positive and minus points you can get returned to you, and if you're not hitting that minus, or not that minus, but the minimum power level, there's not even any point in sending troops in there because you're getting nothing in return. And then send an email. Let's get together. Everybody send an email to Evony and say, hey man, like, your incapacitation rate initially was wrong. I lost 97% of my troops when I was only literally supposed to lose. If you had this mortality thing on, you were only supposed to lose 5%. 5%. Okay. Like I said, guys, when I was attacking, I didn't have it, so I lost my 10%. So anyways, guys, let's do that. Let's group together. Let's do it. We'll see you guys in the next video real soon. Thank you for the support. I want to use this Barbarian 5 that I had. Here's a Barbarian 6. Okay. Well, anyways. No, there's one that I lost on. Okay. Okay. All right. So